my channel. This is Devanee, and today I have a special guest here with me today.
Hey everybody.
My boyfriend Anthony, and today we are going to be doing the couples tag video. I have I asked some questions on my social media platforms, and I just asked everyone to just ask some questions so that we could answer the questions. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions. The question that I saw was, how did we meet? So you want to tell them how we met?
We officially really met through social media, but we knew of each other back in school. I think you were a freshman, I had to be a sophomore, and so we mutual friends. We knew each other through mutual friends, and somehow we paths were still parallel throughout the years, and then last year it went to paths kind of merged together through social media. I reached out to her, try to get to know her a little bit more. Yeah, that's really it. So social media.
Yeah, so social media is how we met. He basically shot his shot. He shot his shot in my DMs on Snapchat. I was basically was kind of just in a place where I was finding myself, finding my worth, and I kind of like took a pause on dating. So I was just kind of like, I don't want to, date. And there will be multiple guys that will come into my DMs and be like, hey, you're very attractive, you're very beautiful. And me, I feel as though that's a typical line to try to get a girl's number or try to start a conversation. So when he DM'd me on Snapchat, he kind of said the same thing. However, with him, what made him different, it was that it will be random times that I will post something on Snapchat and he'll just be like, oh, you're very attractive, you're very beautiful, yada yada. And I would just basically, accept the compliment, say thank you, and then I'll keep it moving. So when the last time that he messaged me on Snapchat, I basically was like, okay, this guy has been, he's been consistent with his compliments. So I figured, okay, well, let me give it a try. And I gave him my number and he reached out, and then I think we talked maybe a couple of days after that, and then text kind of actually stopped for like maybe a week. So when text stopped, I figured, okay, he's just another guy, putting him in the same boat as everybody else. So I kind of was like, okay, Devanee, don't worry about it. But after that week, he actually reached back out to me, and he told me why he was hesitant and wasn't really, didn't really text me as much that week. So once he explained that to me, then, we just went forward, and the rest is basically history. So we met through social media. So ladies, don't feel as though, you can't meet your significant other through social media. You just have to make sure you have standards. Everybody doesn't need your attention. So you have to figure out the ones that, okay, who can I give my attention to? Because everybody is not, doesn't want what you want in a relationship. People just want to casually date, people just want to hook up, and people want something that's long term. So you just have to figure out, ask God for discernment and figure out, okay, should I give him a shot? Should I just leave this alone? So I basically when he actually DM'd me, I basically kind of went to God and was like, okay, should I give him a shot? Or should I let him just, roll around the rim and then, he missed? The next question I have that I think we're going to answer is, was it love at first sight? So, I don't know. say yeah, and I have to say no, for the simple fact of we was talking a lot through text, call, FaceTime, because we do not live in the same city. We live in the same state but do not live in the same city. So FaceTime and texting and calling was basically our communication. And throughout the period of time that we were actually friends, I have had numerous confirmations from God that, okay, yeah, he's the one for you. Like, this is the guy that I have for you. So when I got those confirmations from God, I kind of hesitated myself, because I was like, okay, God, are you serious? Like, he's the one. Like, I thought, you know, how could he be the one? Like, you know, we just talk on the phone. We haven't seen each other yet. So it's just like, how do I know he's the one? And basically, God told me that I have to trust him. And he gave me numerous confirmations for myself walking down the aisle in a white dress. And I saw him. So.
And the same goes for me. That's how it was. Me at the altar watching her come down the aisle. So it was weird at first, but you know, when we talked about it, it linked together. And like she said about FaceTime, texting and everything, that's how we first started communicating. But then we actually met. That's like first date. It was just natural. It wasn't like It was like butterflies, but then it was like just natural. Like this is the normal. Like everything felt very natural. Like, we've known each other for years. So our first date wasn't really, you know, awkward, weird. You know, a little bit, because, you know, you meet somebody the first time, but that's just being, you know, that's just the human in us being nervous and awkward. But after being around each other for maybe an hour, 2 hours, everything felt very natural. So next question, are our disagreements our arguments about? We don't really have a lot of disagreements. I'm trying to actually think of some times where we actually had some. To me, it's not if we've had disagreements and arguments before, but it's never been big to the point where, you know, it blows out of proportion. It's always been something where it's like we miscommunicate and we did not understand each other, so it gets frustrated or whatever the case may be. But actual, like, a disagreement and an argument, I can't really think there's
of.
none, because it's like, for us, it's learning the other person, and it's like, you know, like she said, miscommunication, but it's still like learning through what the disagreement is. Like, I could believe something, she believes something else, or I'm used to doing certain things one way, and she's used to receiving it one way. So it's like, you know, it's communicating. Disagreement, but it's like not, like you said, not out of proportion. It's going to take, like, you know, it's a constant argument every day about the same situation, but it's something that we, you know, it's a disagreement for like 30 minutes, like, you know, give our time, give ourselves a long time, just think about it, and, you know, come back with clear minds and less hostility, if you want to say, and talk, hear each other, hear the other person. So there's really no big disagreements like that.
Yeah, we really don't have, you know.
Besides your cowgirl thing. Yeah, that's really the only big disagreement.
Move to the next question. So I think this question was a very good question. If I can find it. So the question is dating with a purpose while having a relationship with God. So I guess my friend, shout out to Celibacy, I guess she was asking, are we dating with a purpose, and how are we dating with a purpose while having a relationship with God? So yes, we are dating with a purpose. The purpose is marriage, commitment, union, all of that good stuff mixed in there. We're not just dating just to be casually dating and wasting each other's time. Like, we're dating to actually build love and build a foundation to build a family and to, you know, start our own family legacy one day. So we are dating with a purpose.
If God is allowing him to lead our relationship, allow him to be, we put him first, and is being able to have a relationship with him individually, so we can be able to, you know, first love him first, and then give that same love to our spouse.
Right.
Consider our significant other. So being able to have him lead our relationship, that's the key, you know, to this, and that's something that I've learned from Devanee, and she's taught me some stuff, and we're both teaching each other. But the main thing is, while having a relationship with God, you gotta have one with him individually first, and then be able to give that same love to your other half.
Right. I totally agree. Next question. What has been a top priority in our relationship that we believe can be a game changer?
Communication, spending time. You know, like you mentioned before, like our relationship is like long distance, even though it's like Charleston, Columbia is like an hour and a half, but it's still, we don't see each other every day. It's like probably like 2, 3, maybe a month at a time till we see each other. But it's really just spending time, being able to find time, make the time to spend time with each other. And it's convenient to have FaceTime. Convenient to have FaceTime. It's not physical, but you can still see the other person. So, you know, that's the top priority. Just being able to communicate, spend time, and still not lose focus on what we're both trying to be. Still learn each day, still be there for one another each day. And like you said, just keep God first.
I did a vlog where he was looking for a house, and I am looking for an apartment. So she asked, how come we just don't look for an apartment together? And in the future, when you guys get married, would you buy a house together instead of moving into his house? So in one of my vlogs, he was looking for a house and I was looking for an apartment. That still is the case. He's actually will be moving, and I'm actually will be moving. He's staying in the same city he's at now currently, but I'll be moving to a different city in the state because of school. So why are we not looking for an apartment together? We have decided mutually that we are not going to move in with each other until we get engaged. Simple fact being is because one, we are on a celibacy journey, so we are celibate, and we do not want to put ourselves in a situation or put ourselves in a predicament that makes us fall into temptation. That is one of the reasons why we are not going to move with each other no time soon. The second reason is because, I guess you want to tell them.
Before I moved to North Carolina, while I moved in with someone else, and it was like after 6 months of us being together, it just didn't. After we moved in, the relationship changed. It switched. I actually saw the person for actually who she was, and prior to that, God was giving me signs, but not knowing what I know now, I was ignoring it, wasn't paying no mind to it. It was like, oh, it is what it is, blah blah. But you know, after that time went along, I Like it just didn't work out the way it should, and it was rushed. It wasn't something that was supposed to happen. It was something that was meant to be. So I learned from that. I mentioned that to her when we first started communicating, and told her that that's something that I don't want to go through again. And if I do go through again, it's gonna be the right way.
I don't just want him to be like, oh well, you're moving to this new city, let's just go ahead and move in together. It'll be easier. Yes, it'll be easier financially. However, just looking at our situation is different. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody move in for various reasons. Move in with their significant other for various reasons. It could just be a thing of, financially it's better, especially if it's like too far of a long distance, and I'm saying like 6+ hours. It could be more convenient moving in together. But for us in the situation in with us and our relationship and how our relationship is, we just decided to move in together once we get engaged. I don't want to be acting like I'm married to somebody that I'm not married to. Kudos to, I'm not saying, people who live together, they act like they're married, but
it don't work for everybody.
It doesn't work for everybody. For some people it works, but for me, like, you're gonna have to get the cow before you receive the milk. Question was, how long have we been together? We've been together for a year and
going on 2 months. Yes,
a year and 2 months. Another question that I have is, how is the relationship compared to others you both have been in? So the relationship I am in with him is extremely different than any other relationship I have been with, for the simple fact that I kept God first. My past relationship, it was all what I wanted to do, carefree, just not thinking about certain things and certain situations, just going with the flow. If I want it, I go out and get it. That's basically how my mindset was. And God was nowhere near the picture of my relationships. He was literally probably in the closet, back burner, wasn't thinking about him at all. But with this relationship, like, God is like a first person. And he's different. He's basically everything I prayed for. So I think God gave me confirmation that this is the guy for me, and him having the characteristics that I want in a husband, because I prayed for a husband. I didn't pray for a boyfriend when I was going through my season of singleness. I prayed for a husband. I prayed everything that I wanted in a husband. I prayed for it down to certain details. And you have to be very detailed when it comes to praying for God, because you can tell God you want a boyfriend. God can give you a boyfriend, but you know in your mind you want a husband, but you just praying for a boyfriend. So you have to pray for what you want for. And I prayed for a husband. I told God, this is what I want in a husband. I want this, that, and the third. And he answered my prayers.
It's on a whole nother level. The relationship I'm in now compared to my past is on a whole nother level. It's up there, But one thing I did have to learn was the same way I was doing the same thing, trying to meet the satisfaction that I had to start over, because she's a different person, and it's something that's where you can't do the same thing. So it's like, I'm thinking, I'm doing something nice, but this thing that I'm thinking is nice, she probably don't like that, or it's like I don't have to do that. So I had to understand, like, she's not like my past, and I had to learn
He's the oldest by a month and a couple of days. So I feel as though that really doesn't count.
Yeah, it does count.
It does not count. I guess it does count. And next question I have is, do our family support our relationship? The answer for that is yes.
100% yes. 100%.
Yeah. Simple. They support it 100%. Who you like / love about your partner? So I'm gonna go first. I guess what I love, like / love about my partner. I like that he's very. I like that he's very caring. He always tries to. He does something to. He always, like, if I'm in a bad mood or if I'm in a funky mood, he'll try his hardest to get me out that funk, and he'll do something corny, and I just be like, really? But at the end of the day, it actually does get me out of my funky mood or whatever. So I like that. I also like that he's very he's very open to like. He's very open to like us trying different things as far as doing things differently in our relationship, or like us just trying different things, like going to different cities to visit, or trying different food, or trying a different, place to go. Like, very open. I very like that. I very appreciate that. He's like that. And I think the last thing that I like about him is that he's the type that he does not like to go to sleep mad. So if we have like a little, miscommunication about something, like he'll be like, we gonna talk about it because we're not about to go to sleep angry. And, I do appreciate that he does that, because, you don't want to start a new day already upset and mad. Like, I feel like that will spoil your entire day, and you would just have a bad day overall just because of something that happened last night. So those are like some of the things that I really like about my partner.
One thing, like, she's passionate. She's real passionate, like what she likes to do and what she loves. Passionate, and she's real. In anything she do, she put 100% in, 110%. And second is her family. I'm a big person. I'm a big family person. I love my family. Sometimes family argues, but at the end of the day, we're all still family. So she has that same energy, and with her family. And Natalie, she's open. She's not really. She's not closed-minded. Like you mentioned, she likes to travel. She's adventurous. She's spontaneous.
Guys, so our next question is, how do you feel about friends of the opposite sex? I don't care if you have friends of the opposite sex. The reason why I say that is because I trust him, and I feel like people who have issues with their significant other being friends of the opposite sex, the trust is not there. And I feel like you have to trust your partner. If you don't trust your partner, then that's a big gap and a major issue that needs to be, addressed. So him having friends of the opposite sex, I could care less about it, honestly. I'm cool with it. Now, if it was definitely about 3-4 years ago, then I would have issues, just for the simple fact of back then I was very young and immature, so you thinking, oh well, he's friends with the opposite sex, then they must be, However, when you grow and you learn lessons from your past and you start to mature, you realize that, okay, the stuff that I was doing in the past, like, was crazy. Like, why was I even acting like that? So honestly, I don't care if he has friends of the opposite sex. He has friends of the opposite sex, and
Yeah, the same goes to me. I don't mind it. I mean, it's like friends. How I look at it is like, you know, friends are opposite for her. It's like they've been in her life before I came to visit, so I just can't automatically into her.
Exactly. And some people feel as though, not to cut you off, but you know, oh well, I don't like you being friends with the opposite sex, but this is a friend, or this person has been like a friend since like high school, middle school. So you will tell me I have to drop my friend because you have an issue with me being friends with the opposite sex? To me, that's a personal issue. That's a trust issue.
That's them being insecure.
That's an insecure issue. That's something that they need to address personally. That doesn't have nothing to do with the partner. That's, to me, that has everything to do with that person within themselves, and there's things within their self that they have to address. So there's no issues over here, you know.
And I'm open. Like, I'll let her know ahead of time. Even like before I'm introducing her, I'll let her know who the person is. So it's like I'm not like hiding it or waiting for her to like be last minute, or even with something like, hey, we'll let you know this person we can cool her, so she won't get blindsided.
Right.
So I do that. I'm open to it.
Communication is key, people. Communication is key. Oh, the next question, we're going to answer 2 more questions. So the next question is, do we see wedding bells soon, and do we see kids in our future? So kids, I'll answer the kids part. Kids, yes, kids, we see in our future. I want 3, he wants 2. I'll be satisfied whatever the Lord blesses with.
Wedding bells. Waiting for confirmation. Honestly waiting for to let me know from God when it's the right time.
We're not rushing anything, and we're not gonna basically allow society to tell us, oh, we've been dating for a year, it's time to get married, or we've been dating for 6 months, it's time to get pregnant. Like, no, I'm sorry, but society does not dictate this relationship. The only say so and who has a say so in this relationship as far as how it should go is God. So the last question, we're going to answer this 2 parts. So the question is date night is something that's supposed to be weekly, and should we both take turns on paying for date night, I guess. So with us being long distance, every time we see each other, we make sure we have a date night. We make sure we're going out to doing something, whether it just be dinner or movies. We have done wine and design, sipping paint. We've done that. You know, like just trying different things. I know I'm always searching on the internet, especially at work because I work at night. So I'm always searching ideas of date night. You know, different things. Like date night could be just staying home and like cooking dinner, and then, you know, watching a movie, or like going to a cooking class, or going to like dance lessons or something of that nature. So for us, date night is is a necessity in our relationship, just for the simple fact that we do not see each other every day. We would probably see each other twice out of the month, but we get lucky 3 times out of the month. So
yeah, I feel like when that changed, when it's our time to actually, you know, be closer, come together, it'll still be the same, weekly or weekly. Like, so probably either do something new, stay home. We like to go to Top Golf, you know, just try something different, at least one 1 night a week, just to have like our alone time and just
all the time together. And the second part of the question is, should
we take turns of paying for the dates?
Yeah. So me, I'm all for, you know, we can switch out. Like, say if we going on a date and we're doing dinner and a movie, I pay for dinner, you pay for the movie, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. However, with him, with him, he feels as though he should pay for everything because he's a big man, and in the future, he basically will be the provider for, you know, me and his family. So that's just how he was raised, that, you know, the guy takes care of everything. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You know, sometimes I'll be like, oh, you know, I got drinks, or, you know, I got dinner, and he just be like, you sure? Because, you know, I'll get it. And I'll be like, no problem. And, you know, we just roll with it. But 9 times out of 10, he's paying, just for the simple fact that that's just how he was raised. Just to, you know, be the provider of the relationship. Not saying, like, you know,
not taking advantage.
Yeah, you know, not saying, oh, but I don't have it, or I'm gonna just let him pay for everything, I don't gotta pay for nothing. That's not even the case. So that's all the questions that we're gonna answer, because if we answer all the questions, this video will probably be an hour long. But the only thing I just want to say to whoever is watching this video is just, you know, make dating, if you're dating, make dating fun, and always keep God first in your relationship and when you're dating. If you know, you're having doubts about something, go to God and allow God to give you an answer about whatever it is you need an answer about. And if you're single and you're watching this video, be happy in your single season. Another thing is, if you want a husband, pray for a husband. If you want marriage and you want kids, pray for what you want for. Everybody in this world wants to be loved by somebody. Everybody wants that outstanding marriage. Or outstanding wedding. I should say, and most of everybody in this world wants to have kids and have a family of their own. So whatever you want in life, not just as far as like within a relationship or whatever, if it's like with a job or friendships or whatever it is in life, whatever you want, pray for it. Because honestly, God is going to be the only person who's going to be able to give you the strength that you need, be able to give you wisdom and knowledge that you need to get whatever it is that you want in life. Guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope we did not bore you guys with this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other questions that you want to ask us as a couple, you can either put it in the comment section below, or if you want to, you can DM us on Instagram, and I will put out information below, and ask us questions about our relationship, or if you need some advice as far as relationship advice. We're not perfect, but the only thing we can do is share our experience and share what we feel as though, you know, would be the best thing to do in our opinion. If you like this video, if you have not already liked this video, and also make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it, and I will see you guys in my next video.